Oh, all right. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hi, I am Rebecca from KnitPicks, and I have a massive, I mean massive bear yarn haul. I ordered over 100 skeins of bear yarns from KnitPicks recently, and we're gonna get into it and do some unboxing, and I'm really excited for you guys all to see it. But before we get in to it, why is that? Before we get into it, there are a few things that I want to talk about. Mainly, there's something I'm pretty disappointed about. So, for the first time, KnitPicks split my order into two packages. One of them is robust, it is stuffed. One is in great shape. The other, it looks like the post office had to tape it back together because there's tape on here that I didn't put on that I think is from the post office. And you can see into the box. This box has been crushed. I have not opened this. It is split on the bottom as well. Or maybe this is the top. See, like it's been taped back together. Even on the top with the shipping label, like it's coming out of where the tape was. Hopefully nothing is missing, and I have full confidence that KnitPicks will replace anything that is missing from my order. The annoying thing is this has happened before. I've had these big orders come up damaged and reached out to KnitPicks to like give a note to the shipping department, and they said that they'd pass it along, and they stayed on the phone with me while I opened and inventoried everything because I was concerned. And I took pictures of this on the doorstep yesterday, and I'm just frustrated because this is a big yarn order. This was 100 skeins of yarn. It's a lot of money, and you would think that more care would go into the packaging. So I'm feeling frustrated about that. This isn't something good that'll stop me from loving KnitPicks yarn and ordering their yarn, but if I'm going to be recommending something, I also need to make sure I give full disclosure on things that annoy me about the brands as well. So yeah, their shipping on big orders has not been great. They need to invest in higher quality boxes or use more tape. That could work too. Now, for full disclosure, I am a KnitPicks affiliate, which means that when I share a KnitPicks link, I can earn commission on sales made through those links. I don't get commission on my own orders, so I pay the same prices. I have available to me the same discount codes and things like that all of you do. So none of that is different. I don't get special pricing, and everything that I unbox and share here, with the exception of one. They sent me one of their yarn subscription boxes once to try out because I asked them to. Other than that, everything I buy myself. So, it's great. And I'm not sure if they know who I am or anything either. I don't know if they're aware. I think I'm probably just a drop in the bucket to them, but yeah, I'm this is sad. I would turn the whole box around, but the box is split completely open, and if it was raining, the yarn could have been damaged, and as a customer, it is my right to complain about that. And this is an aside, but I get frustrated when I see people selling things and they're like, hey, if you as the customer don't purchase insurance, I'm not responsible after it leaves my hands. Insurance protects the shipper. When you buy something, it should, I don't know, I have full confidence that KnitPicks would make everything right. So I've not reached out to them about this, and I've not yet checked to see if anything is missing or damaged. That's something we will be doing today. But I wanted to share this frustration because I'm also talking about their Bear Yarn sale and how things are 20% off and how that's great. And I have my link in the description. Yeah, so in fairness, I just need to say this, and sorry for being a little ranty, but it makes me sad. Like, Wool to Die For sends their orders in these sturdy, indestructible boxes. And all my KnitPicks orders used to come in something more stuffed like this. Maybe it's because I've started ordering way bigger orders and they're just not equipped for that. And I get it, bigger orders are more expensive to ship. But I don't know. I don't know. If I was going to shift, there was a question about Etsy. If I was going to shift to a different platform to sell, I would move to my own website. I probably wouldn't go to another marketplace type forum. So my smaller packages have turned out fine. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from ordering from KnitPicks. It's just sort of like a full disclosure. And their customer service is incredible. I've never had them not replace something that was missing. And I've never had something missing or damaged as the result of a damaged box. Things are usually well protected inside, so fingers crossed that'll be the case. But yeah, so I'm not saying that you should oh wow, your last Knit Crate box was smashed. Those are really sturdy. Yeah, otherwise things are going well. So, but yeah, I didn't even need to get a, now we're gonna open this up. I guess we'll open it from the side. I didn't even get a box cutter because, I mean, this is just, well, there's my yarn. Oh, so things are not double bagged. Oh dear. All right, before we start counting, the KnitPicks sale, all bare yarn for the whole month of March 2020 is 20% off. Its price is marked. So if you find a coupon code, you can like stack that discount. I don't know of any coupon codes that are active at the moment, and I'm only allowed to, as an affiliate anyway, I'm only allowed to share coupon codes that are publicly available on their website, not through like emails or mailing campaigns and things like that. But there is a KnitPicks fans like group on Ravelry, and they often have like a thread of coupon codes, which is a place you can go check if you're curious. But if I know of a coupon code I'm allowed to share, then I will always share it. So, whew. But, okay, just checking the chat. Yeah, so the bare yarn is 20% off. This monthly yarn sale, they always have a yarn line each month that's 20% off. This does not stack with the bulk bare yarn discount. So if you go to into the discounts and see the bulk bare yarn discount, those are still the standard 15% off. So if you want to take advantage of this 20% off discount, go and order, you know, as many of the individual skeins as you want, and you can do that. So for example, I think I ordered 60 skeins of Swish DK. And so I should get 6 full bags, which are completely sealed. So at least that's protected, but I should get, 6 full bags of Swish DK. Okay, so that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. I'll have to look online to double check how much I ordered, because I don't know if there's a packing slip. That is 4. And 6. Okay, so that's 60 skeins of Swish DK. And you can't see it. Let me show you. Oh my gosh. Yep. It's a lot of yarn. Okay. And then, okay, everything else is in, I guess this one fell out, but that we're in bags. And thankfully, the stuff that's all loose, which I'll go through in a second, this was all towards the like side of the box that was more sturdily packed. But again, I don't have a packing slip in here, which I'm also kind of annoyed about. So I wonder if I go and look, it'll tell me which was in which order. No, but at least I can verify I do have 60 skeins of Swish DK, which I was running out. Swish DK has been very popular right now. So through one of the things I offer through my Etsy shop is a chance for you guys to sponsor an episode of Dye Pot Weekly, like an individual sponsorship versus like having a brand. And the individual sponsors can pick the yarn base they want me to dye, and then I'll send it to them after like I've done editing the video. And Swish DK has been really popular lately. So, all right. So the thing that I think I'm the most excited about of the whole shebang is this. Da 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 da. Hawthorne blanks. Yay! I've been asking for this forever. Forever. Ooh. So what's funny is I find Hawthorne like very, very like soft, but this feels like, it does feel sturdier. I mean, it feels, once I got like, maybe it was just, you know how sometimes when something dries and it's a little blocked and it's a little stiffer, the softness is coming back. But this is a double-stranded Hawthorne sock blank. I'm not gonna have to make them myself when I want Hawthorne blanks now. So I got 2 of them. Now, this was the other thing that I was a little bummed about. When I went to go place the order, Hawthorne blanks weren't listed as 20% off. It's a new item, so it could have like gone out of the, it could have just like been left out from the coding when they shifted it. But Hawthorne blanks right now, and I think for a few more days, are 40% off. So that's even better. So I ordered some more and a few other things that are on sale. Because KnitPicks is having, and I'm going to pull up the details, they are having a sock yarn sale. So select skeins of sock yarn are up to 40% off through, okay, that's not telling me when that sock yarn sale ends, through the 9th. So through March 9th at 11:59 p.m. East or Pacific time, the sock yarn sale will end. And so right now, these Hawthorne blanks are 40% off. There's a bunch of Felici on sale, I think. Some of the Hawthorne reels are on sale. Some Stroll Gradient duos. There's like a lot of stuff that has potential for over dyeing in there as well. So it's worth taking a look at. But I didn't link to that directly, but you can find all that just through the sale tab on the KnitPicks website. I did see a question about blanks, and I want to pull that back up. What is a blank used for? You're a new knitter. Great question. So sock blanks are really fun to dye and then unravel. And you can do a lot of different things. Like you could do something really random. You could paint a picture. You could write a note. There are a lot of things you could do on it, and then you unravel it and see what kind of pattern you can get on a pair of socks. The Hawthorne blanks and the Stroll blanks that KnitPicks sells are both double-stranded, which means when you unravel them, you'll get like a matched pair of socks out of it, 2 matched 50-gram balls of yarn. Or you could make something symmetrical with it, like a symmetrical cowl or scarf or something like that. I like using blanks to do gradients. It's really easy to do that because you know, the beginning of the yarn is here, the end of the yarn is there, and so you can really do a lot of different transitions and progressions as you go. And I have a lot of videos on both homemade blanks that I've made and ones that you can buy commercially. The one thing is that with these blanks, if you wanted to make a gradient, it won't be a smooth gradient because there is some resist from the stitches themselves. It's not the tightest gauge ever, but if you want like less like modeling or sort of little speckling from where these stitches are, then I recommend making your own blank and making it really, really, really loose. So I hope that helps and makes sense. So I'm very excited about these blanks. Any fingering weight knitting? Yes. Probably in box number 2. So the Hawthorne blanks are all fingering weight. The Stroll is, which I have some of elsewhere, but not in this order. The Stroll blanks are 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the Hawthorne blanks are 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% polyamide, which is like nylon. Hello, hello. And yeah, I ordered more stroll. So let's see, maybe I'll finish off this box and then go into the next one. Ooh, how many of these did I get? I think 4 sounds right. I'm going to check my order manifest, which of course I just lost. Come on, KnitPicks, help me out. Nope, that's not it. I closed it. Orders. Okay, so 4. All right, I got 4 skeins of Muse. This is 100% superwash merino. This is made in Japan, and it is a single ply, just beautiful, beautiful yarn. It is so soft, and I want to play with it more, so I grabbed 4 skeins of it. The Muse sock yarn is unfortunately not single ply like this. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 4 ply, very much like Stroll, but I think that I prefer Stroll and Felicia above the Muse sock yarn, plus the Muse sock yarn is a lot more expensive, but that is there. All right, I have 1 skein. Everything looks fine. Thankfully, I got it all inside before it rained the day. Did it rain yesterday? Maybe not. It just got cold. Maybe it didn't rain. I have another skein of Super Bulky Soft. It is 70% superwash wool, 30% alpaca. And this is something that recently I was dyeing for myself. And I don't know when the video will come out because I'm starting, I guess I have like 2 that I'm working on, like a dyeing to knit video where I dye the yarn for a particular project and then I'll knit the project and have that finished project at the end. So that's something I'm playing around with. We'll see when I get it done. But I ordered 1 more skein in case I didn't like the contrasting color I did, so I could have another one. And I think there should be 3 skeins. I love alpaca. 3 skeins of Andean Treasure. And I think it was just, yeah, it was just 3. And this I ordered because I had an idea. Sometimes I have an idea for like a yarn set I want to create for a project, but then I can't decide what yarn base I want to use. I might do it on Andean Treasure. But I used this for a video coming up, which wasn't for the project that like I had in mind. That's something that probably would be a dyeing to knit, or maybe it would be like a special series or something where I do the dyeing and then I do have some live streams in there. I don't know. I've got an idea, but I ordered more so that way I have enough to do what I need. I just have to, sometimes it's really hard to decide the colors I want when it's for myself. There's too many possibilities. Okay, and so then finally, I can't remember if I've ever ordered this. And my bare yarn is like all over the house. I have some of it, like when it's in bags like this, it's really easy to organize and stack. Everything else I have like bins with it sorted. But I couldn't remember if I had any of this. I got 4 skeins of Hawthorne DK, which is a thicker, but that chunky, like higher twist 2-ply yarn. So I'm really excited to play with it. So I think, assuming that we've got 30 skeins of Stroll in here, I think everything is accounted for and nothing seems damaged. So there's that. And it's not that the box is, I don't know who to blame. Well, I do know who to blame for this travesty. Clearly, the shipper is to blame because they didn't pack it sufficiently. And yeah, that is clear. They need for these big orders to use a higher quality cardboard or cut the box down so that way it's stuffed tighter around the inside. I think that these large boxes, and the only problem I've really had is maybe I had one with a smaller box, but the issues are with these larger boxes because maybe also then when they're shipped, they're put underneath other things and get crushed and then the box is split. And so I think if they were cut down to size, or I don't want them to have to put in like those like pockets of air or something in there. But use a sturdier box or make the box fit the yarn tighter so that way it can't be crushed as easily. I mean, oh wait, this one is, I guess this one was crushed. But I don't think that that just happened just now. It must have been crushed as well, but there's like a ding. There's a ding on the side. I mean, some of that is from the carrier. And yeah, it's always been the frustrating thing is because when you ship something, like, so whoever shipped this, if it was UPS and then went to USPS or whatever, like KnitPicks is their client, right? So I can't complain to the shipper because they're not going to do anything for me because I wasn't the one who shipped it. And they have, you know, I have no recourse against them. But then also, like, I don't know if KnitPicks would be able to complain with them unless like it was lost and they had insurance with the company. But I do know that when you're a large shop, usually you're able to negotiate discounted rates because of the volume that you're shipping with the carrier. I know that like on Etsy, I can buy cheaper shipping labels than I can if I just go to the post office because Etsy has negotiated a volume discount. And that's the case with a lot of other like stamps.com and a lot of other places have that option there. So yeah, let's open this up. Yeah, but their tape they use just doesn't have a very strong adhesive and it's not very strong. So I think that that's another issue is that they have this tape. And I don't know if it's the new one, but the tape just isn't very sticky. And so I think that they could do better to use stronger tape. So here we go. I now have a packing slip. Which ironically has my entire order on it. This is the other thing. They should, if you're going to ship it 2 packages, you should like indicate what's in which package. And this yarn might have fit in there too. Just saying. But we have a cute Best of KnitPicks pullovers. Ooh, this is gorgeous. And I kind of want to make this sweater. Not that I ever really make sweaters for myself anymore because I don't wear a lot of sweaters, but that is beautiful. The raglan sleeve with the cable down the shoulder. This, I have to go add this to my, my pattern wish list. This is breathtaking. And then thank you for your order. Happy crafting. And then they have the customer service thing on there. This is what I was missing in my other package. But anyway, in here we've got 1, 2, 3 bags of stroll. So all told, not counting the blanks. So that's 90 and then 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1, so 12. So all told, I have 102 skeins of yarn plus 2 blanks. That's a lot. And it's all sort of piled off camera right here. And I've missed like chat for the last bit. Oh cool, they're talking about blanks. Yeah, so this, when there was a question of if there's any fingering weight, this stroll, this is the yarn I order the most of probably. Stroll is, and my focus is weird. Stroll is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's what I use in most videos, and it's the base that I use for almost all my stock yarn. Whew. So I actually have a video that some of you have seen already, but will be coming out soon. I do a little test. I take 6 different 75-25 stock yarns from KnitPicks, Dyer Supplier, and Wool to Die For, and I dye them all at the same time, and I do a really in-depth review and comparison of them, which I think was a really, really fun video for me to create, and hopefully will be informative. And I break it down with like ply number, cost, what companies offer for shipping. So do they have a minimum for free shipping, or what was the shipping cost on a recent order? What else do I go through in that video? A lot. Like I look at shrinkage. I look a lot of stuff. And so that video is a die-cut PS. So it's a Patreon special video. So patrons on my Patreon currently have early access to it. And so once I finish this month's die-cut PS, that will become publicly available for everyone to see. Felicia was one of the 6. So in that video, the 6 were, so from KnitPicks, the 3 were Stroll, Felicia, and then Muse sock yarn. And I guess in this video, I already said that I like Stroll and Felicia more than Muse, especially because the cost, like, I don't know, Muse is much more expensive. As a bare counterpart to I think the Muse, like, commercially dyed line is stunning. Excuse me. Excuse me, everyone. I think the Muse, like, dyed yarn is gorgeous. And I think having a bare to complement that is fine. And so then, you know, they price it however accordingly. That's fine. It's just between the 3, I wouldn't pick Muse unless I was going to use one of the other dyed Muse ones and I wanted to create something to complement something that existed on the website already, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that was my Muse musings. I looked at 2 from Wool to Die For. They have the Platinum Sock, which is basically, Platinum Sock and Stroll are basically dupes for one another, even down to yardage. And then they also had, I think it was Sheila's Titanium Sock, which is a 2-ply, so it's a higher twist, but it is the same yardage as Stroll. So it's also, I think, 463 yards per 100 grams. And then Dyer Supplier has a 75-25 sock yarn, which I think is 3-ply versus the 4-ply from KnitPicks and the one Wool to Die For one. So those were the 6 that I looked at. And really, like, you can't really go wrong. And yeah, I mean, I think that when it comes down to where you buy yarn from, I think the final choice comes down to, like, cost, how much yarn you want to order, and really where you want to order from. Because if you're going to order from, like, a specific company anyway, then, like, that's maybe the one you should go with. So but I do dye them all in the same pot, so that way everything's treated the same the whole way through. I think except for the washing. I had to split them up into sets of 3 for the washing stage, but it was the same treatment. Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, the box came up looking like it had gone around the world twice before arriving on my doorstep. And honestly, so this arrived yesterday, so it arrived on the 6th, and I think I ordered on the 2nd or 3rd. When did I order? I ordered on March 2nd. That got here really fast. There is some variability in the shipping time. And if you order, for example, in November during the big sale, it might arrive really fast. It might take longer. You know, I'm not sure how they prioritize orders in the warehouse, but that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, so I'm glad everything inside was okay. I mean, I don't know who added the clear tape, if that was something that was added after it split. I mean, let's see, it goes there. I have a feeling that that was added after it split, maybe from the shipper, because it looked like it was something to try to, like, patch it back together, but I don't know. I will probably, I think there's a customer service form. I don't really need to make a phone call about it. I don't like complaining, especially because, like, I don't know. I probably should call and just let them know that the box arrived, like, obliterated again. Everything is fine. But it's an expensive order too. So yeah, I don't think it's been every order. It's happened enough times that this is not an anomaly. I sort of expect it to show up damaged. What I am surprised this time is, and I don't know if it's been a change because I haven't placed an order in a while. It used to be all orders showed up inside this big, I guess it's like a trash bag, which then I'd reuse as an actual trash bag. But it was just like an extra layer of protection. And I know when I ship yarn, so I ship in poly mailers, which I hope someone would let me know if something didn't arrive intact. But I always put the yarn inside like a Ziploc bag for just an extra layer of protection in case the outside bag rips. Then hopefully everything can stay dry and clean and safe inside. But yeah, I try so you ordered March 2nd and your order is going to deliver on Wednesday, March 11th. Yeah, I'm planning, I guess I'll call. If I'm going to have a little rant on the internet about it, I probably should call them. If they have like a web form, I might just do that because it's fine. I've let them know like other things, but again, I don't have a sense of how many units they ship out. I know once, maybe back in 2017, I was trying to get information about, I was waiting for Stroll to restock, Bare Stroll to restock. And the date kept changing. And so I called for an update. And she was like, oh, we have 9,000 units on order. So that's a lot. I'm small potatoes. Not even a potato. I'm like a sprout. Oh, sorry guys. What, Lucas? I'm doing a live stream right now. Oh, I'm sorry you're tired of reading, but you can't have iPad or anything yet. It's rest time, okay? If you're tired of reading, you could nap. Good night, honey. Yes, Lucas. I'm on a live stream right now. Okay, go rest and I'll be with you shortly, okay? Oh, what is my hair doing back there? In my house, we have an after lunch mandatory rest time. So they don't have to sleep, but you read books or do something else quiet, and well, that allows me to pop on here and chat with you guys. Oh goodness, I can't. Oh man, I'm excited that this is here though, because I was down, I think after the live stream the other day, I was down to half a bag of Swish. And that made me nervous. Oh man, and I have plenty of Stroll, but with this, with the sale, I stocked up really big in November, which is carried me through a bit. But yeah, I redid some of the storage in my office to try with the goal of limiting the amount of bare yarn that I buy and bring in. And it's just, I don't know if it's working. I have lots of random skeins that I need to play with and dye and share. So let me know in the comments below if you're watching the replay. If you want more standalone videos of me trying out a new base, or if I should just sort of pull other bases into other videos. The problem that I have is when I'm going to do something that's more experimental, if I'm going to try a brand new to me dye, and I say new to me because it's probably not new to anyone else. If I'm going to try a new to me dye, I want to try it on something that I know how it behaves with different colors. Because so I'm more likely to use Stroll or Wool of the Andes or Swish or maybe all three, because I know how those different lines pick up color really, really, really well, and I'm really comfortable with them. So then if I notice something different or cool, then I can see it and observe it and, give a better impression of the technique or the dye or whatever it is I'm doing. But then sometimes I forget that I have all these bases and fiber contents that I don't use as much. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys want. Yeah, the nap time is just I also have found that both of my boys need some time to calm and center their bodies. And if they don't have that time, then they might get a little out of control. But what else is going on? So, oh right, I have a poll. Well, a few things are going on over on Instagram. So one thing that's happening right now is actually a giveaway. So this is in partnership with Filatura di Crosa. We are both running giveaways of some of the yarn I dyed in Friday's Dye Pot Weekly episode and some of their commercially dyed Zara yarn. There's a big picture on my Instagram page, and the giveaway details are all in there. But so that's fun. But I also, in my Instagram stories, have a poll up. Speaking of children and interruptions. So I am finally putting my vlog together on the prep and assembly of the Hanukkah 2019 samplers together. And it's fun and just sort of shows my thoughts of this is how I store the yarn, and these were some thoughts that were going into the whole process, and showing me writing the notes and things like that. It's cute and fun, and I had a blast filming it. But there's a point when Lucas was around, and instead of setting up the tripod, he wanted to film for me. And it turned from him filming into him doing a whole digression. And it is adorable and hilarious, at least to me. Hopefully it's not going to be annoying. But then I'm like, okay, what did you want to tell everybody? And then he goes into this spiel, which has nothing to do with Hanukkah. It has to do with something else. And so there's a poll on my Instagram stories about whether or not I should leave that in. There'll be some of it left in, but it's how much do I trim is sort of the sense. And yeah, it's just hilarious. And he clearly, he surprised me because he was filming and then he started narrating, and this kid probably is going to have his own YouTube channel before he is 10. I would not be surprised. Good morning, everyone. Oh man, but yeah. So that is the stuff that's going on. But so that's in my Instagram stories. I'm just at KnitPicks on Instagram. It's not a crucial poll by any stretch. But I'll probably export that video in a couple hours and then have it up maybe on Monday. I also felt a little badly because I wasn't expecting this order to show up until next week. And so I was already exporting the live stream recap, which I published this morning. I was already set in that, I sort of promoted the Bare Yarn sale in that. And then I'm doing this unboxing this afternoon. So it's feeling like a heavy KnitPicks push, and I feel badly about that. But it really is the yarn that I use the most. And very, very authentically. I gave this disclosure at the beginning. I'm a KnitPicks affiliate. I have been since, I think, the fall of 2017. And when I share a link, I do earn commissions on it. And so I bought all of this yarn that I shared myself. 102 skeins of it I paid for myself. And I don't even get commission off of things I buy for myself because I'm not allowed to use my own links. But yeah, so that full disclosure is there. But I would not let that, I have affiliate relationships with many companies and I always disclose it. But I wouldn't, that's sort of a win-win-win because was using KnitPicks yarn and their Bare yarn for close to a decade. And so it was mutually beneficial thing, because I'm like, oh, like I can like earn commission on sharing something that I'm want to share already. But yeah, I hope that you guys can trust that if there is ever anything that irritates me about it, I'm not going to keep quiet. And yeah, if God forbid there was a reason why I thought that you shouldn't shop there anymore, I absolutely would let you know. But this travesty of packaging is, is annoying. And I probably, when I'm done with this stream, I'll give them a call. Maybe this warrants a call versus the web form. I've called about this already. Like, it's just, and it's not even like, I don't expect them to give me a coupon or give me money back. And that's not what I'm asking for. What I want them to do is do better. And like, if, like, I shouldn't get special treatment because like I promote them. But on the other hand, like, hey, if I'm marketing for you, maybe you want to make sure packages show up at your customers' houses, okay? Because not just because like I'm going to share it. Like, if this happens to me, like this could happen to anyone, And like, again, I don't think they know who I am or anything like that. Like the one time I asked them to send me something, I did reach out through the affiliate program, and it was back when they launched the subscription box, and that was really, really cool. That was the first time I asked them for anything and they said yes. I'm really like, I don't know if I should ask for more. Like, I kind of like, I like that I have control over what I share and things like that, even if I spend a lot of money there. Oh goodness. You got one today from another company with a wrecked box. This packaged in a plastic bag. It freaked you out. Yeah. I mean, the nice thing is, like, the skeins probably won't, like, the worst that will happen are two things. One, that something will be missing, or two, that the yarn will be like damaged, right? That it could be wet or muddy or gross. And like, everything is in really great shape. So, I don't have a complaint about that. So things did make it here safely, right? It was just the box, like, was bad. And so anyway, otherwise, like, I have another order that has something, might have a few other things that might be really interesting, but I'll probably hold off on that until later in the month. I just also know, like, like my Paradise Fibers box will come probably sometime next week, and Knit Crate, I don't know when they'll come. They've been coming more towards like the middle half, towards like the end of the month, but also sometimes then I open them more towards the end of the month. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't like it when they're all just like clumped up together, and I try not to do 2 unboxings in one day because that just feels like a lot. But yeah, if you wonder why I keep looking down, I have my laptop down here so I can see comments better. Oh my goodness, my by the front door stuff. So let's see. I'm really excited about the Hawthorne blanks. Yeah, I think that's the only brand new thing that I have in this box to try. So I did order, I'm going to at least tell you guys what else I ordered because there's that stock yarn sale. Oh, let me drop, since I was talking about my links, I may as well drop my link. There is my link. Do I use a different method to dye bulky yarn? Trouble with absorption? Not necessarily. I definitely have, yeah, there's times when like I'll do the exact same technique on a super bulky yarn that I do on a fingering weight yarn. I think that the most recent ChemKnits dye along is where I had bulky. No, Ryder, and Mommy's doing a live stream. Love you. I dyed that using the exact same technique that I did with the fingering, and it even had a worsted yarn in there. But at times, like maybe you might want to pre-soak a little longer so that way the inside is wet, and it depends on the effect that you want to get. In general, I find that speckles don't tend to be as sharp on a bulky yarn, even if it's superwash. I think for similar reasons why they aren't as sharp on roving. It's just the dye has like can sink in a little better, and it's a little easier for that dye to soak through versus it sort of like sitting on the surface a bit more. I don't really know. This is just from my like observations. Have I tried merino with tencel before? I don't think so. I'm checking. I'm not entirely sure. So I've definitely dyed something with modal. Yeah, so I've done similar fibers before. I've done, I think I've done Shine, I think it's like 60 cotton, 40 modal, maybe. I don't remember the percentages for sure, but I've definitely dyed that before. Your Paradise Fibers is arriving today. Oh, now I'm curious. Okay, it would be hilarious if sorry about the dog. I was looking for the mail. Now I'm curious if my Paradise Fibers is coming today. Oh goodness. Hey, Indy, honey, it's okay. Where's my tracking code? I like that you can just Google a tracking code and Google will let you track it. Oh no, it says in transit. For a second, doggy. For a second, I saw like delivered on there and I got all excited. I was about to open the door, but no, it's not actually delivered. It was just showing that that hadn't happened yet. Hey, Indy, I love you. All done. Thank you. This is my life. Oh my. I wonder if it legit is the mail carrier. So you've noticed that mine tends to arrive on the same day as yours. Yeah, well, sometimes I think mine just left. So yeah, mine tends to arrive before the 10th. But yeah, they're really. I'd like to at some point go out west and meet them in person. Oh man, if I was ever gonna do it, I would give them a heads up. But it would be funny to just walk into the shop and be like, "Hi," and see if anyone recognized me. I've only ever been recognized in public twice, and once was at a women's march, and so I was wearing the yeah, I think it was the Women's March, so I was wearing like a DNA puffy hat, and so then someone recognized me, and they're like, "Wait, did you design that?" But that's because a lot of people made that pattern, and I was in the picture for the pattern, so that was cool. At the March for Science, I don't know if I got recognized, but I found like multiple of my designs in the crowd, which was that I think was the most unbelievable feeling I've ever had, was to see something I love seeing pictures that people design of the things that I've written, but to see like my designs in person and to take selfies with some people who, some of them made it themselves, some of them had like a family member make it for them and stuff. It meant so much. There was even a kid speaker who was wearing like one of my like DNA cable designs. It was just, oh, that was a big deal. But I don't think I got specifically recognized there. But then at a neighborhood picnic, someone in the neighborhood recognized me. And yeah. And they're like, "Wait a minute. Do you film YouTube videos?" Yeah, so those are my like on the streets being recognized things. But I haven't been to a big conference in a while. Like I think the last time I went to Vogue Knitting was maybe in 2015 was when I went. And I went in I think 2012, maybe it was 2014. But so like I was like blogging a lot then, but I wasn't making as many videos. And so I don't know if anyone like specifically knew me or anything like that. But then yeah, and I've gone to like Stitches. I didn't do any classes or anything. I would just go to the expo for Stitches Midwest. But yeah, a lot on the East Coast, a lot more of these things take place in New York. And so I'd like to start going to more things. And then potentially actually meeting some of you guys. But the logistics of travel are hard. I've certainly never been invited. I've never been invited by an expo or something to like come and be there or anything. I'd just be going as like a regular guest. And my shop is too small for me to try to have a booth or something because I just don't have enough inventory to even like have that make sense. And I don't have any stuff to do an in-person show. And shows can be great for people. My shop is not my focus is more on these videos. And so so I'd like to go to something. The logistics that's hard is that as the primary caregiver of our kids, if I go out of town, then Keith needs to take time off to cover for me, which isn't like, he's definitely willing to do, and a lot of things are mostly over weekends. And if we schedule things around his teaching schedule and when the kids have school, then it works. He has the flexibility that can happen. There's also like the guilt factor, and so I don't know. Now, I mean, if someone ever wants to invite me, then I could be like, oh, it's worked. I mean, it'd be like a businessy thing anyway, because I vlog it and stuff like that. So I turn it into something businessy, but I don't know. It would be easier, I think, to justify if I was like invited to something, but it's not like I don't like have those connections or anything like that. And not that I've like asked or applied for anything like that either. So, yeah. So have I ever made or dyed a super 2-skein lawn blank before? No. I might have done a double-stranded blank that was 200 grams, but that's not quite double size. What I have done is, so on my homemade blanks, there's 2 sizes that I can make, just in tubes. Excuse me. I have my Singer knitting machine, I think is like 20 stitches around, and so that makes a thinner one that's a lot longer than the Loops and Threads machine, which has 40 stitches around, and so that's bigger. So that's like a length difference that I've done, but I don't think I've done one with 2 skeins altogether. But that could be fun. It would be harder for me to do. I like to do hand painted techniques a lot with blanks, and it would be hard to fit a really big one on my counter or in a pan. What do you recommend as the best way to control color so it doesn't turn muddy? Low immersion or just laid out on plastic wrap? Great question. And what's funny is that I have this video this week's coming up. The Dye Pot Weekly videos are sort of about muddying colors on purpose. So I think in general, if you hand paint on the counter and then steam, you have the most control over the colors, and it is the easiest to prevent spread and mixing of the colors that you're using. If I don't mind if colors like touch and get on different sections, I've been using a lot less plastic wrap recently. If I'm stenciling on a blank, I'm going to use plastic wrap. Or if I'm hand painting and want the colors to not like bleed onto other sections, I will use plastic wrap. But if I'm speckling and I'm doing the colors sort of all over, then I don't care if the yarn touches itself. And so I'll just put it straight in the steamer basket. And I think this one might be Friday's video that you guys will see, where I have some speckles coming up. So low immersion, there's sort of a toss-up. So if you have low immersion with really low water, like lower than I probably use most often, and you have that yarn hot, then you could get really, really sharp speckles. But you really want the yarn to be at or a little really above the surface of the water, because if the dye hits the water first, it'll spread more. So that's sort of the like trade-off. But yeah, I mean, I think countertop, but it again depends on the technique you want to do. Yeah, there were some of my like things in the shop, but some of them already went bye-bye. Or I mean, they're still here. I just have to like take them up and send them out. Oh my gosh, I hit 700 sales today. So thank you. Like that's like, well, Etsy, I think. Oh, Etsy, they're like, congratulations, you should pat yourself on the back. So, but really, thank you guys for supporting the channel. I mean, it's sort of a process. I buy the bare yarn, then I dye it in videos, and then it goes in the shop, and you guys can buy it and turn it into what it's meant to be, whether it's socks or shawls or blankets or whatever it is that you're making out of it, and you help the yarn become its fullest potential, and it helps me make space so I could buy 100 more skeins of bare yarn that when Keith comes home tomorrow night from his trip, he's gonna be like, so Rebecca, where are you gonna put it? I have space. They're like, some things have like emptied out, but like if I just leave it in the front hall like this, and I mean like that, he'll walk in and be like, so what did you do while I was gone? Oh man. Yeah, you're dyeing your first sweater, your finished sweater this week. Oh fun. I see. Well, what depends on like the colors that you want to do and the overall technique that you want. I think that it's amazing to dye something like that. I mean, yeah, it just depends. And my laptop's trying to turn off. There. Oh man. But yeah, there are oh yeah, it depends on the technique that you want. I think that for like when I do hand painting, it doesn't necessarily end up in more even color. If you want like the color to be more even, you could dip portions of the sweater in. But I think for the most even color coverage, the Cool Vet technique that I think it was Joe Cole who mentioned it on, there's a Facebook group for indie dyer shop owners. So like people that sell yarn or are starting out to sell yarn and things like that. And I think he recommended or like shared that technique in there, and I tried it out and I love it. Like it's basically set up the dye and the yarn, let it all mingle together for a bit, then add acid and just let it sit in there for like 24 hours and then steam set it. And it's great. It works really, really well. You did onion stock today and flour stock. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yep. Thanks, Whisper. It's been a while since I've had that kind of attention. But yeah, I'm excited for summer and more natural dyeing. And so I hit like, And it's not like a block, but sometimes I get stuck because there's my dog who's really irritating. I'm looking to see. So my mailbox is right up there. This is my front door. So I'm looking to see. Oh, thank you, Whisper. Yes, please like the live stream. Hey, Indy. Okay, maybe if I let you out, would you just say hi, or would you flip out? There's no one out there. Do you want to say hi to the stream, or are you going to knock anything over? You want to come say hi? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hi. Did you just need some love? Yeah. Okay. Are you my handsome boy? You miss Daddy? What? How about you come here and lay down? Oh. What are you doing? What? No, I'm not going into the pantry right now. He's standing at the pantry door, and he goes, I look at the door. I look at Mommy. I look at the door. It's like, I know what you want. I'm not going to give it to you now. Oh, yes, Indy likes squirrels. So you're a little late to the party. Have I ever plan to dye any KnitPicks rustic wool? Yes, I love rustic wool. It is beautiful. It's definitely like a little rougher to the touch. I think I definitely have more of it. I bought some more in November. I think the time that I dyed it was in the dye along where I did the eggs and leaves. I think I chose it for that, maybe. I think. I really like rustic wool, and I should pull that back out. I should do a video with like all the yarn lines that I like that I don't play with enough. Hi. High five? No, you can do better than that. Indy. What? Okay, fine. I'll just pet you. I might have also dip dyed it in a dip dye-a-thon. That is true. We joke. I wouldn't ever dye the dog, but we joke that if we, you know how they have those like colored hairsprays, that if we sprayed him bright green, then he would be GFP. He could be green fluorescent puppy. You know, you could just lay down. You're being so cute. You want to go in? You want to go in the box? Hey, the busted box is good for something. The kids will play with it. Hey, come here. Now you have more space. You can lay down. There you go. Show the belly. Thank you. Oh gosh, they haven't ever colored on him, which is good. I'd be worried that we could never get it out. I do have a collection. I hope to spin. I have some of his like really soft, like when he sheds, and we'll give him a bath and we'll brush him, and sometimes we'll save the like clean and brushings. But the staple length, let's see, he's shedding now, so I can show you guys. I just plucked this. The staple length is short, so it's only like a couple inches. It is so soft, but it does have some crimp. Indy, just not on the computer. It has some crimp, so it's definitely spinnable. But it would be hard for me to spin because I've never spun anything that short before. He's like, Mommy, if you're gonna pluck my fur, I'm done. Indy would be a good loam version. No, Indy would be good for solar dyeing. Because you just lay him out in the sun and then the color can set. He will stay out there. What did you find? He's like looking to see if the kids dropped anything. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good protector for sure. Even when I don't want to be protected, he's protective. But yeah, there's some really old videos of him as a puppy that are kind of cute here on the channel. Yeah, but we've never, we don't shave him or anything because he does need a good brushing right now though, but because the fur like helps keep him cool as well, apparently. Oh, yay! Yay, that's awesome. But yeah. Oh, so I guess I was starting to say before Indy interrupted with his adorableness. I was saying that like I have so many ideas that sometimes I get overwhelmed because I want to do all of it and it's hard to just decide and commit and go. And then it's hard because if I'm only doing like 2 main videos a week, it's hard because what is in my hair? Oh no, is that something in my hair or was that on the phone? If I'm only doing 2 videos a week, it's hard because then things have to like wait weeks and weeks and weeks. And so that can be hard. But I've got, I think, some really fun things that I think you guys will like coming up. And we're about to hit 36,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm really thankful that I get to share this with all of you. And I really like doing unboxings. So I like to be able to just like chat and share and then not edit. And oh man. For the 20 hanks, you made a die plan so you don't get distracted. That is a good idea. Yeah, that is a really good idea. And he came back here. Wait, let's, oh no, then you guys can't see me. I probably should go. Wait, what? 40,000? Wait, it's almost 40. That would be cool. No, I'm definitely about to hit 36 though. But I think that it's possible that some sites might round it up by like the 10K. But we still got a ways to go before 40, but we'd probably hit that in 2020. That would be nice. Hey, Doug. I know. See, he can stand on his hind legs, which, I mean, right now I'm holding him up, but he can do it on his own, and which means he can be very, very naughty. Can you be naughty? He's looking at me like, I don't know that word. Oh, he just looked at me like, Mom. Okay. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, mine. Okay, so I see 35.9. That's what I see too. I mean, if I go into my dashboard, I can see the like actual number, but YouTube, I think, like, I don't know if they were trying to make like people paying it like close attention to subscriber number. Like, the more subscribers you have, the like less like they show with the decimals. So like I think once you're in the millions, then it's probably like to the like you might have like 1.1 million, and so then there's a lot that you might not see behind that number. Oh man. Oh, I keep forgetting that it's daytime, even though there's better light and all that jazz. Oh, but yeah, Indy's only 25 pounds, believe it or not, but he's all fur and legs, so he's really tall, and you look a lot scarier than you are. Ooh, he's mad about something. Like his fur is all standing straight up. What do you see, Indy? Oh, then, Indy, whoops, come here. That was a good listener. That was good listening. Good boy, no barking. Wow. Maybe you're getting old, and so you just want to like retire. He's only 8.5, so he's not that old. But all right, I'm gonna head off. I've been having fun, so thank you for letting me. Oh wow, I've been on here for like almost over an hour. Thank you guys for letting me hang out and chat. I really, really love it. Again, like, there's the KnitPicks sale. The link's in the video description, and I've dropped it in the chat. I'm not going to pop it in again. And yeah, I think that I try to give like my full, true opinion. And even, in this week's video with the Filatura de Crosa yarn, when I looked and I was like, this looks very different from the commercial yarn, which if they hadn't sent me the commercial yarn, I wouldn't have realized. But then once you dyed the yarn and let it dry, it plumped back up. Like, and someone in the comments was like, oh yeah, it's like when you set the twist after you spin, then the yarn will fluff up. And it's very much that same thing, kind of thing. And so the video was a journey, and it was really, really fun to edit and watch the yarn really plump up and see like the comparisons from even like right before I hung it up to dry. So that was really fun. Oh, love you all too. Yeah. Oh man, at least the bags are really easy because those just pop on a shelf. So, and then the rest they'll probably just go in, I have a box, it's just right there. They'll probably hang out there for a bit. No, I will say Keith is, except for when it starts taking over the house, Keith is very supportive of all of this. So I'm very, very lucky. So it's never about you bought more yarn. That's never the problem. The problem is like, does the yarn have a place to go? But yes, I'll find somewhere for these 102 skeins to go. And yeah, subscribe, like, notifications on, and I will chat with all of you soon. Bye. Mwah.